everyone. I think we're going to do some twists today. So the longer the spine, the easier and gentler the twist will be. So focus on lengthen the torso, really twisting deeply first from low in the belly, like between the hip bones, then around the navel, then the rib cage, then very slowly at the chest. The neck and head, we always want to lead with that, so sometimes it's better to leave that to the very last or turn it the opposite way, and I'll show you that more later. So start out in Tadasana. And I think everyone watching has been with me for a while, so you know about aligning your feet and bringing the body parts together until a body part touches. And rolling deeply the shoulders back and down. Reaching up through the head as if the top of the head could touch the top of the ceiling. And then on an inhalation, reach and lengthen the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Long, deep breaths. And remember, we're not saying as long as I'd like for you to stay. Like for you to stay at least a minute or more in each one of the postures. And then come into Ukitasana. So you're going to bend as much at the hip, the knee, and the ankle. So it's as if you're sitting in a chair. So you really want to reach back and down. And then once you get that posture, then I want you to lengthen through the body, through the torso. And you might add the arms. Now some of you, if this is too much for the arms can go back. But lengthen and really drop the tail. Now, of course, here you again, you can stay there for a full minute. And then we're going to this time add the twist. So we're going to add the twist on one side. You'll pause. You'll do the other side for the twist. So remember, turn the belly, the rib cage. Now you can look at over your opposite shoulder. See if the knees stay parallel. And reaching and lengthening up, maybe with the top arm, maybe not. I'm going to drop your bum a little more. You're sitting in the chair. There we are in the twist. And come up. Very nice. Now you can walk your feet out, or you can bring your fingertips together. You can jump your feet out, either one. You'll probably want your block. So in triangle, there's this lovely twist. Of course, you're aligning your front foot with either your ankle, with your instep or your heel. I want you to turn in the opposite direction. And then lift your arms. Reaching and lengthening out to be dynamic. Bending your front knee until your knee is directly in line with your ankle. Look out over your front fingertips. Reaching up from the base of the pelvic floor, up through the top of the head. You've already got this nice twist there, so some of you can roll the thigh back, hand on hip, hand overhead. Some of you might use the block, and really now that's when you want to feel this really opening up a little bit more. Really opening up and moving the rib cage and the chest up towards the ceiling. Of course, you're going to stay a nice long full minute or more. You'll do the other side. Take a long exhalation. And then you'll come into triangle pose. The triangle again is in this lovely, lovely twist. Now you might have not thought about this twist, but when the rib cage and the sternum go up towards, if they're facing forward, see if you can roll them up towards the ceiling. And lift up as much as you're pressing down and breathing. This nice, long, deep breath. Don't forget to do the other side. And coming up, turning the feet. Pasarita Padottanasana. So bending only at the hip crease, the top of the thighs, lengthening long. Just walk your fingertips out for a moment. Maybe the heels go out just a tiny bit more than the toes. Now walk the hands in. You're going to put your hand in the midline. And then you're going to lengthen long and come into that nice open twist. Now you can do it like a windmill. And you can go in and out multiple times. Or you can stay on one side. For that full minute, and then move to the other side. It's really up to you. You can decide, and you can come up that way. You can put the fingertips forward. You can jump the feet together. And lengthen up long. Drop the tailbone. Reach up through the top of the head. Coming back up. Breathing in. Reaching up. And releasing. So having that feet as wide as much space between the front foot and the back foot as your leg is long. You're going to turn forward with the hips. You're going to reach up through the top of the head. Gain a little bit more weight in the back foot. And you're going to bend your front knee. Now this is when you're going to want first to block. Now you can lift up off the block and lengthen long. And then turn towards your bent knee side. It's going to be a gentle twist first. Then you can turn. You can drop your knee. Or I should change sides so you can see this. You can bring the block closer. Put your hand on your hip and do a little deeper twist. Reaching up through the head. Some of you will take that in even a little deeper. Maybe have the hand at the thigh. And some of you will go all the way to where the shoulders over the knee, placing the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Maybe having close to one elbow on top of the other, and then just to add the icing on the cake, coming up onto the toes of the back leg And pressing back into the back foot and breathe. And release. Of course, you'll do the other side. You'll want to come down. So the best twist for the pelvis is to lengthen the leg long. So you just want this leg perfectly long. Now if you need something for the head, please put a little bit of something underneath the head. Try not to, be pulling the leg and having the leg bent. Just have it nice and long. Have the leg on the floor really strong. Arms out into a T position and then take the leg up and over. Now again, you can support the leg. You can hopefully reach long through both shoulders. Or you can just lengthen it long. Long breaths. Smooth, easy breaths. And bring the leg back to center. So if you want to twist for the low back, so put the foot on top of the knee. As you exhale, you'll take the knee up and over. Nice long breaths. Yeah, sometimes people moan when they're in these poses. Sometimes they feel like a lot. Remember, staying for at least a full minute is going to be really important. And another twist for the low spine. Feet as wide as your mat. Arms still out in that nice T position. And then you're going to drop the legs. Sometimes this is called windshield wipers. I like staying here in each position for at least a minute or more. Really allows the body to lengthen and open up. So to do the other side. Sitting with the, and this is when you might want a blanket underneath you. Just helps tilt the pelvis. It makes it so much nicer to sit on the floor. First leg comes in, knee in line with hip, reaching up long and tall. This leg might come here. You can hold on, reaching up tall. Nice long breath. Maybe you'll take the leg all the way up and over, Gomukhasana. This is great for the hip and for the hip flexors and also for the glute and for your piriformis. Reaching up nice and tall, roll the shoulders. Reach up through the head, breathe. Then we're going to add the arms, so reaching out with arms. Bend the elbows. So you're going to put the opposite arm on top. So it might look anywhere from this to this. Dropping the shoulders, broadening through the collarbones. Maybe taking the arms up and down. And of course you're going to want to do that for a full minute. Do the other side. And then come into Shavasana. And as you stay in Shavasana, remember to do the full body scan. So lovely to have you watching these, and hope to get some feedback. Namaste.